This country went through its worst financial crisis just 2 years back, triggering a cascade of social and political events that fundamentally altered its landscape. But now, things are starting to look better. Yes, you guessed it right. We're talking about Sri Lanka, one of the world's best tourist destinations. The 2022 economic crisis happened because of too much debt, ill-timed tax cuts, loss of tourism money during the pandemic, and a sudden ban on chemical fertilizers. This led to shortages of important things like food, fuel, and medicine. People suffered a lot and started protesting, which eventually turned violent. The public pressure forced the Sri Lankan president to resign and flee the country. While Sri Lanka had faced economic challenges in the past, the 2022 crisis was exceptionally severe because it caused an unprecedented economic contraction that resulted in business closures, job losses, humanitarian crises, and political instability. This crisis was a huge problem for Sri Lanka. But since then, the government has taken steps to stabilize the economy and help it grow again. Here's a simple look at the key steps taken so far. Sri Lanka realized it had too much debt, so it started talks with the International Monetary Fund to get help. Getting a loan from the IMF would provide the money needed and more funding from other lenders. However, securing the loan is contingent on Sri Lanka implementing reforms and restructuring its debt with creditors. The government is trying to improve its financial situation by making more money and spending less. This includes increasing taxes like the value-added tax, VAT, or lowering the amount at which the value-added tax starts. They also want to cut down on unnecessary spending. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka is using strict money policies to fight inflation. This means raising interest rates to keep prices stable and control the value of their money. While this helps with inflation, it might slow down economic growth for a while. Sri Lanka is working to get more foreign money. They want to attract foreign companies by making it easier to do business and giving special rewards for certain industries. They are also promoting tourism to get more visitors and earn money. Loosening import rules should help trade and increase money from exports. The government is making trade rules easier to attract foreign investments. They are creating a single system for border management and updating customs laws. Sri Lanka is also seeking new trade agreements to sell more goods abroad. The 2024 budget includes a lot of money for building roads and improving cities. This should fill in gaps in current infrastructure and attract more investments. The government knows that many people are struggling. Hence, it is trying to strengthen social safety nets with programs that give financial help to those in need and make sure everyone has access to basic goods and services. The current measures adopted by Sri Lanka are commendable. Still, the country must focus on long-term growth and sustainable development to avoid reprisals of past problems, and here are some key areas for further action. Encouraging research and development, particularly in agriculture and renewable energy, can foster local innovation and create new avenues for growth. Secondly, aligning educational programs with current and future job market needs can create a more skilled workforce, enhancing productivity in key sectors. Further, reducing red tape and simplifying business regulations can attract domestic and foreign investments, boosting economic activity. Pursuing strategic free trade agreements can open new markets for Sri Lankan exports and attract foreign investment. Investing in modernizing ports, transportation networks, and communication infrastructure can streamline trade logistics and reduce export costs. Focusing on developing and promoting non-traditional exports beyond apparel and tourism can minimize dependence on any single sector. Expanding access to financial services, especially for micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, can fuel entrepreneurial activity and create jobs. Investing in initiatives that empower women economically can contribute to overall social development and poverty reduction. Promoting sustainable agricultural practices can enhance food security, reduce reliance on imported fertilizers, and potentially create new export opportunities. Encouraging the growth of e-commerce platforms can expand market access for Sri Lankan businesses, both domestically and internationally. Investing in digital infrastructure and promoting digital literacy can streamline government services, improve transparency, and boost efficiency. Encouraging the development of fintech solutions can facilitate financial inclusion and provide access to financial services for a wider population. Investing in disaster preparedness and risk mitigation strategies can minimize the economic impact of future natural disasters. Adopting climate-resilient practices like sustainable water management can safeguard the economy from the long-term impacts of climate change. The road ahead will be long, but Sri Lanka has the potential to overcome these challenges. A country's success depends on its ability to learn from the past, implement sustainable reforms, and build resilience to external shocks. The journey toward a stronger economy will require a collaborative effort from the government, businesses, and the Sri Lankan people.